Welcome back to the comment section. My name is Tamara. This is Iron Mike. Today is Sunday, May 25th, and this is the third part to today's episode. So what we did is we went through some comments. We talked about which side's on who's on which side and what's saying what. And then we're now taking a deep dive back to the beginning of what exactly did Diddy get charged with? What is this RICO thing? What are we doing? And we're breaking it down because a lot of us thought we understood, but we don't really understand. And I'm going to give you an example of that. Today I learned pattern. I know the word pattern. I write as a hobby. Of course I know what the word pattern means, but do I know what it means in legalese? No, turns out I didn't. Good thing I checked. It turns out that the pattern definition, especially in this case with the RICO charge, a federal RICO charge, means one incident that occurred within 10 years. That's a pattern of RICO. 10 years. So he must have committed these crimes twice within 10 years is when they say patterns. So anyway, there's a lot of other ways you can bring somebody down, but that's how you use the word pattern in a RICO charge or in the law, in federal law, whatever. Anyway, on the last episode, we were talking about Capricorn Clark because she's going to court on Tuesday to testify, which is great to put that back to back with Cuddy's because that's the arson you have and then the kidnapping if they can prove without a reasonable doubt that that was kidnapping. Now, we talked about her state of mind in the last episode, and let's finish up with that. So they were saying that a combination of Clark's distressed state of mind and Diddy's alleged break-in and past behaviors suggest a pattern of intimidation and control. Clark's forced presence at Cuddy's house could be seen as an attempt to further intimidate Cuddy or assert Diddy's power in the situation. In conclusion, while it is important to note that Diddy denies all of these allegations, there's no direct confirmation of physical intimidation in this instance. The surrounding circumstances and testimonies point to a scenario where intimidation and coercion were likely at play. Let's read this part. To violate RICO, a person must engage in a pattern of racketeering activities connected to an enterprise. The law defines 35 offenses as constituting racketeering. So I'm going to run that list for you guys on the next episode, and where we take a deeper dive and we just kind of try to understand together for ourselves what exactly it is we're looking at here. Because when the defense gets up there and they start fragmenting him to freedom and people's emotions start getting in the way, I just want us to be ahead of that. I want us to be able to continue to think logically on this case because there are a lot of moving parts, and depending on which side of this thing you're on, you always want to hear what you want to hear, but it's going to do us all better if we hear it for what it is. And right now, I'm having a hard time, let's say, understanding the prostitution charges. Where are those witnesses, Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode, and I'll be doing sleuth work till then.